Hello everyone, we're back with another round of Modern. On the left we have Crispin Fuller playing my favorite deck in Modern, Amulet Titan, and on the right we have my son Moises Castrovera once again playing Temur Soup. This is round 3 of our 4-round Modern weekly tournament that we have every Monday at AlternateUniversesLive. If you're in the area and like to play some Modern, I highly recommend coming out to play. We usually have anywhere from 30 to 45 people playing, and it's a good time. The competition's really nice, everyone's super cool. But yeah, let's get into it. Moses is putting a Spire Bluff Canal in and playing a Raga-DRC. Pretty good turn 1 play. The cool part about Moises' deck, right? Like, because it's different than all the other Darcy Raga-DRC decks out there. You know, you can bluff being Blue-Red Murktide for a while. At least, like, turn 1, turn 2. Then, like, you can put your Green Splash in turn 3. Because he's playing stuff like Tarmogoyf, he's playing Abundant Harvest. I think that's... Oh, Shardless Agent's the other, like, Green Splash card. So, Ragavan hit, we have a Treasure. Mishra's Bauble, still looking like the same old deck. Puts the Misty in. Still plain old, regular Darcy decks. Revealing, it looks like a forest. Christian is also a big fan of casting a 6/6.
Hello.
Getting notifications on my phone. I think his entire deck is flowed out, which is really sweet. And I'm kind of jealous about. I'm not really like a foil person, but if I were to foil a deck out, it would be Titan. Old Water Foil Titan looks so nice. And like, all of the pieces of the deck just look gorgeous in foil. Alright, here comes the Misty, and just pass him. I don't know how crazy of a start Christian has. I mean, it depends on what lands he has in his hand, right? Because the Saga on the 3rd chapter can go get either a Relic, an Expedition map, or, you know, Amulet of Vigor. Alright, so here's the Triome. It's going to draw for turn. Alright, so he just picked up the Tarmogoyf. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where we see the Tarmogoyf come down. Expressive Iteration. Surveils a Consider into the grave. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not crazy about Consider with Darcy. I don't know what it is. Like, I thought it would be really good. I don't know, I'm just not in love with it. Otherworldly Gaze is interesting with Darcy, because you get to basically surveil 4 cards then. But, alright, here's another treasure, revealing a Celestia Sanctuary. It's a green-white bounce land, or Karoo land. Cool. A green and 1 color off the Spire Bluff Canal to play the Tarmogoyf. Goyf is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4? 4, 5? Artifact, land, instant sorcery. Yeah, 4, 5. I think Christian doesn't have a graveyard. Probably gonna float a colorless off there as a Saga here. Can't really see a reason. So, like, he can't make a construct. There's no reason really to not do it. His hand doesn't look amazing. In, like, the regards of killing Moises this turn. I don't think he can do it. grabs the Relic of Progenitus. Is going to let him tap it so he can eat a card from Moises' graveyard. Alright, with the mana floating in those two, he plays a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Gives him an extra land drop for the turn. While also making all of his lands count as every basic land type. Which, if you don't know, is how you die to Valak at the Molten Pinnacle in this deck. Okay, plays the Slayer Stronghold for turn. Alright, at end turn, he's gonna Unholy Heat the Dryad, get the Surveil trigger. Drop some Mount into the graveyard. And I think at this point, yeah, you just Relic, make him exile a card, and then pop the Relic to exile the graveyards to draw. It's all graveyards, so Christian has to slide his cards up to the exile. Yep, there it is. One thing I remember during the match, one of the people in the Twitch chat referred to Christian as the man in the yellow hat, and I don't know why, but I immediately thought of Curious George. Well, you know, man in the yellow hat from Curious George, but that's pretty good. Here comes the Shardless Agent. Cascading into a Raga-ban, which sucks because of the legendary rule. So he's going to have to put it on the bottom of the deck. Oop. Let's not punch the microphone. Attack some with the Raga-ban here. I guess so the argument now is like, do you let this Dryad eat the hit and then risk Moises having a removal spell? Or you just let him hit for 2. I think you just let him hit for 2, yeah. Hits a Primeval Titan. Unfortunately for Moises, he definitely does not have enough enough lands right now. Enough mana to cast it. Did he draw the Jugabog? I think he did. Ooh, I didn't even think about Old Water Foil Jugabog. Probably looks super nice. While also probably being a good amount of money. Let's go take a gander on TCG Player real quick, because I am putting more time into thinking about whether or not I want to foil out this deck. All right, looks like the foils are like $70. Which isn't terrible. Especially because like it's from Time Spiral Remastered. It could be like Chalice of the Void, which I think is still several $100. Here's a Valakut. Here's a, yep, the Jugabog, Exile, Unholy Heat. It's not an Old Water Foil Jugabog, but it's still a really nice one. Tapping 3 for transmuting Teleria West. Grabs Cavern Souls, which is interesting. He has to play around Counterspell, but if you watch the last round, you can pretty much assess that Moises doesn't have any Counterspells in this deck, because it wouldn't work very well with Shardless Agent. Alright, draw. Moises has 3 cards in hand, it looks like. Christian has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Yeah. 5 mana with like Garenbrick in hand, so he has a little bit of flex room. Garenbrick is a sick card, man. As some, like I play Titan a lot, and Garenbrick makes things a lot easier sometimes. Like, sure, you need 5 land, or like 4 mana and Garenbrick to make 6 mana, which is usually 5 lands, but it does cheat out Titan quicker. Especially like when you have the bounce lands. Alright, so he's going to Unholy Heat the Dryad. So he's going to cast another Unholy Heat. Yep, second Unholy Heat on the Dryad to kill it. Decides to keep whatever he surveils on top of the deck, and then attacks in for 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Puts him to 3. And 2. Alright, Raga-Man's gonna hit a Cavern of Souls. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Like, it's interesting, right? Like, Moises feels like he should be favored in this position, but Christian's like 1 or 2 lands away from just killing Moises. 1 or 2 cards, not lands. Like, if he has Dryad Titan does it, plus like a combination of lands in his hand. Or I mean, he honestly could just cast the Primeval Titan and grab like stuff like Radiant Fountain here. There's the 2 green, the 2 colorless, or 2 generic color. Take trigger Garen Brig. Uses 1 to play an Arboreal Grazer. So he has 5 green floating. He's going to go guard Rot Farm. He's going to float a black off the Bug. And here comes Titan. I'm trying to think of like what combination. Yeah, so the Radiant Fountain's definitely coming down. And then it's gonna go to 4 life. Let's see, Grazer can block. I think he needs another thing on board though, right? Moises has 4 attackers. Titan blocks Tarmogoyf. The Grazer blocks. Or, well, Grazer can block the Tarmogoyf, but however, is that the Titan doesn't die. Oh no, he can block so he goes to 1. If he puts something in front of the Tarmogoyf and then he puts the other in front of either the Ragavan, he just has to bank on Moises not getting Delirium or having a removal spell, which is a little bit on the risky business side, but I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do. Darcy. I'm pretty sure if Christian gets to untap, he wins. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Well, 5 open mana, but we know Moises has a Murktide Regent in his hand, so he can delve out a Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, there's a Murktide. Is that a... Nah, that's not a pre-release day Murktide. I was like, yeah, that'd be crazy. This is a foil Murktide. Just pass him. I don't think that matters though. I think he could just kill you through Falcon damage, can't he? What did he draw for turn? Is that an Amulet of Vigor? Yes, it is. Yep, he's an Amulet. Which, like, super seals the deal. Right, 3 mana Boris Garrison picks up the Teleria West, transmutes the Teleria West. Summoner Pact. Pact's gonna grab him. Dryad.
I can kill you with triggers off the
Yeah, Moises is dead to Valka triggers. Because he plays the Dryad, he can then attack, grab Valken Thasuba, and then, at the very least, all he has to do is replay a land for turn and kill him afterwards. Alright, so Crispin's going to take game 1. We're going to move quickly into game 2. Moises is on the play. He's going to bobble himself, and probably lead off with a fetch land here. The question is, does he want to draw the card? He does. Cool. And turn 1 bog. Christian said, no chance of delirium for you. The thing with, like, when you're playing graveyard decks, or, like, somewhat, even if they're, like, somewhat graveyard reliant and you're playing against Titan, bog is, like, the nightmare card to see. Because they can just put it back in hand with Simic Grove Chamber, Celestia Sanctuary, Boros Garrison, any of the bounce lands, like, you could return the bog to hand and just keep playing it. Because it's not like they don't want to do it, right? Like, they want they want to put the bounce lands into play. Alright, dashing out a monkey. Nope, playing a Ren 6, okay. Buys the Scalding Tarn. And passes.
You're really out here, man. It's soup season, baby. Bro, I'm ready for you to play, like, Ghost Club.
I did think about it.
Looks like he has an Explorer in hand.
I did legitimately think about a Ghost Club in the side.
Yup. Alright, so we're going to draw a card. Christopher gets to make an additional land drop this turn. Playing a Saga and passing. When I say the the controversial statement of give me Crop Rot in Modern, please. I'd like the Crop Rot with a Dryad on the board in response to your removal spell. Alright, always going to Expressive Iteration. Picking up 3 cards that I cannot tell what they are. Wood of Foothills. Looks like he bottom decked the basic, and I can't tell what he put in hand. A Dress Down, okay. Alright, Alpine Moon. Calling, I think he ends up calling Valakut, not Ursa Saga here. Which I think is wrong. Like, he just calls a Saga to wasteland him. And hope that, like, it's enough to prevent him from getting to a kill turn with, but I don't know. You also could call, like, the bounce lands. The issue is you have to, like, blind call either Simic or Selesnya and hope to God it's the right one. Because if you call Selesnya and your opponent has Simic, or vice versa, this doesn't feel good. Ooh, dropping some frames. I love that. Do we have it Dryad? It looks like we have a Dryad.
Got like what, 5 cards in hand, and one's a land. 6.
What we're deliberating on? Probably just like planning out the rest of the turns. Because you see the Titan in hand. You see what looks like a Dryad. Christian hasn't made his land drop for turn yet. Here's the Dryad. He could go bounce land, pick up the Bojuka Bog, play the Bojuka Bog, hit 2 more cards from Moises' graveyard. And that leaves him with a good amount of lands for next turn. Yep, there's a Simic Growth Chamber, picking up the Bojuka Bog, and blogging. Who's this? Yeah, he has Titan mana. If, Cool. Bolt. And Renping. Dashes a Ragavan. Gets an Explorer. Unfortunately cannot cast it. But it is what it is. I think Crispin just drew the Falcon too, which is funny. Yeah, I just say he's gonna read it. It makes it a mountain, pretty sure. I think the wording on it is effectively the same as Blood Moon. It's gonna float a colorless off the Saga. Super jealous of the foil Amulet Vigors. They look amazing. Puts the Valakut in. It comes in untapped now because of the Alpine Moon. And 6 mana, cast Prime Time. And Crispin's going to be able to grab Boris Garrison and Slayer's Stronghold here. Give it +2 and +2 haste and vigilance. And then he's going to pick the bog up. Pick up the bog because of the Slayer. Not the Slayer Stronghold, the Boris Garrison trigger. And then he's going to attack for 8 here, get 2 more land drops. Which he could go for like Saga plus something, or he can go for the Teleria West combo, which I would say I think is the correct thing. Right, 2 West and Simic Growth Chamber. Picks back up the Teleria West. Moises is going to go to 8. And our young warrior is not in a good spot. Arboreal Brazier. Probably just going to put the bog back in to hit the grave again. And this is like what I was saying earlier. Playing Bojuka Bog multiple times in a match is just extremely good. It's not as backbreaking against like Delver as it was for Dredge, but like the Titan Dredge matchup felt unlosable for Titan, barring like them just turn 2-ing you. Wow, turn 3. I don't think they can turn 2 you. Alright, well, he's going to put a Scalding Tarn in. Plays out a Ragavan. Can't really attack with it. Can't really block with it. It doesn't do very much. Alright, going to uptick on nothing and pass. Floats black, plays a second Amulet, and this is like the nail in the coffin. Usually when the Titan player gets the second Amulet out, it means the game's over. Unless like you have hella good interaction, but if they've made it this far in the game and they play their second Amulet, there's not much you can do about it. Here comes the Titan. In response to the trigger, we're going to see the dress down come in. Moise is going to get able to cantrip, and it's going to take away the abilities of the Titan right now. But Christian can reapply abilities to it with like the Slayer Stronghold.
I can give it abilities now, right?
Yes, you
I
will get
believe
the
I
haste
can.
and the vigilance.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
gain it afterwards.
I will do so. Combat.
Alright, so we have a 6/6 and an 8/6 with haste and vigilance, attacking in for 14 damage, and Moises offers the handshake. Alright, that'll be 2-0 for Christian Fuller playing Amulet Titan, baby. Thank you for watching. We'll have the next round posted very soon, and if you want to watch us do this live, we have streams every Monday for Modern, Friday for Legacy. Monday starts about 7:15. Depends on how long it takes for people to file in. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.